Hello and welcome to 3 Minute Gaming. I'm Nathan. Time to take up this games with your time and bandwidth. Today's game is Metal Hellsinger. Boomer shooter meets rhythm game in this death metal hellraiser. Is it worth throwing up the horns? Metal Hellsinger is available on PC, Xbox Series consoles, as well as PlayStation 5, and additionally is available via Game Pass. Should you wish to buy it, it's $30 on Steam, $40 everywhere else, and the game took me 4 hours to beat, but it may take you longer depending on how good you are at rhythm games. So what exactly is Metal Hellsinger? Well, it's a rhythm shooting game similar to Bullets Per Minute, and yeah, that might be the only other game in the genre, with an emphasis on Doom-style combat, arenas, and its high-profile guest vocalists. You play as Unknown, a demoness who has lost her voice and is off with her skull friend Paz to kill the judge, a guardian of hell who apparently has her voice. The story is frankly dumb. It's the weakest part of this whole thing, with some hints at a deeper lore that just all fell flat for me. But thankfully, I don't give a damn about the plot because I'm here for the gameplay, which is pure rhythm, shooty, blasty goodness. Each of the game's 9 levels has a different track with a slightly different BPM, which you will be required to perform actions on the beat should you wish to maximize both score and damage. Every main action you perform, be it shooting, dashing, jumping, reloading, or executing, should be done on beat or close to it, or else you'll either lose combo or the action will fail outright. There are 2 meters to keep an eye on: your hit counter and your overall fury. Hits reset if you don't attack enough or get hit, and getting high hit counters increases weapon ultimates amongst other things. Fury is your score multiplier, which increases by hitting attacks on the beat, and you have to hit 16 times in order for the vocals to kick in. While shooting on the beat is the core rhythmic interaction, there's others to keep in mind as well. Weakening an enemy enough will put them in a stagger state, similar to the reboot Doom games, and hitting execute on the beat will kill them and drop health. Additionally, reloading will provide a gold beat bar halfway through the animation, and hitting this will cut the reload time in half, to name some examples. The game has a wide assortment of weapons, all of which have ultimate abilities that charge through hitting enemies on the beat and generating high enough hit combos. The ultimates are very powerful, with even the most basic sword going big mode via its ultimate, and are necessary once you get into the later levels with the stronger enemies. You start each level with the sword and Paz, and can choose 2 weapons from your arsenal, with the game doing a fantastic job of making all of them not only unique, but viable so you can play according to your personal style. While there isn't a huge enemy roster, they all require different strategies to take down, keeping combat arenas engaging, be it the charging behemoths or the beam shooting aerial seraphs. After beating a mission, it unlocks 3 side challenges to perform with specific tasks, such as no healing, performing a certain number of executions, etc. These unlock passes, which you can equip to over your run. And of course, I should mention the tunes, which are mostly melodic death metal, and less classic metal, like say Metallica or Iron Maiden. However, they do well at making the tracks sound just unique enough, and the guest vocalists definitely add their own distinct spin on each track. So all in all, Metal Hellsinger is a boomer shooter mixed with a rhythm game that does a lot of things right over its surprisingly brief playtime, paired with some great music and not as great story. So what do I like about Metal Hellsinger? Well, the gameplay is fantastic, and once you get into the rhythm, pun intended, of combat, that synergy of thumping beats and gunshots is genuinely euphoric. Additionally, there's a fantastic mix of weapons and unique enemies to deal with, tapping into that Doom formula of each requiring varying levels of prioritization, so tossing mixes of enemies in arenas is always engaging. And lastly, the music really kicks ass. I thought it fit the game well, and the guest vocalists were a treat. Some of these songs are so good, I listened to them again on YouTube afterwards and would love them on Spotify to put in my playlists. When it comes to the bad, the game loop is fun but does not evolve much, even over the 4 hours. And I feel the game doesn't go far enough with it, like they could have made the tracks have different time signatures, rhythms, and mix that stuff up mid-song or something. Nothing like that. Additionally, on that same note, the entire game is basically move forward, enter arena, kill enemies, go to next arena, go kill boss, and all the bosses look and act fairly similar, which is pretty basic. And lastly, I will admit this is a niche taste game. If you don't like rhythm games or metal, it honestly probably won't resonate with you, or might even come off as frustrating. As you know, rank games here on a 3-point scale, must play, maybe consider, don't bother. I loved Metal Hellsinger, and I think you should definitely check it out. I will admit I am 100% biased towards it because it has 3 things I love in it: boomer shooters, rhythm games, and death metal. But from a purely objective standpoint, if you like at least 2 of those 3 things, you should absolutely check the game out. I will admit the $40 price tag is a little high for 4 hours of gameplay. I'd say the $30 Steam version is the best price point, but if you have Game Pass, that isn't really an issue. So get out there, raise your horns to the sky, and raise hell. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you play Metal Hellsinger, what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments, but regardless, make sure you go check it out.